You ready?
Yep, let's do it.
All right. Hello. Welcome to Granblue Radio. This is number 276.
Why is your thing off again?
Why is my thing off? Oh, because the window keeps changing size. Give me a second.
Da, da, da,
Damn
da.
it. You got it stuck in my head, man.
No, it was not me. I just sang it.
Okay. So anyway, welcome to Granblue Radio number 276. This is Vibrating Sheep of Granblue_En here to yell at me and get the which Persona song is that again?
It was just, I don't remember.
I can't remember the name of it.
It's from
Anyway,
4, but
yeah, I remember it's for 4, but whatever, that one stuck in my head.
it's DJ.
So April 28th, we got a bit of new content. We also got the beginning of the Golden Week campaign. DJ, did you see what Cygames is doing for Golden Week over in Uma Musume?
You mean Gold Ship Week?
Yeah, it's not just a Gold Ship Week. They're one-upping Granblue Fantasy's tank that shoots water.
Oh.
They are giving away an actual, literal gold ship. It is made of gold.
Huh.
Like, it's a
Alright
replica
then.
ship. It's not like a full-size ship or anything. But like,
But why can't I get a year supply of watermelon?
dude, I wanted that year supply of watermelon for Pocky so badly just because the description of it was so good. Back when Granblue Fantasy did crazy and weird summer giveaways, and it was just like, you get a year supply of watermelon. This is 30 watermelons a month or so. That might be too much watermelon. That's not our problem. And it's just like whoever wrote the copy for these things was, oh boy. Anyway, so yeah, that's what.
Cygames is always a treat.
Yeah, Cygames has the weirdest ideas sometimes. But anyway, so what we actually have going on over in Granblue Fantasy is more than enough. It's the Golden Week special. So, we're doing all the normal things, free daily TED draws, a bunch of giveaways, half off stuff, etc., etc., etc. This is all normal. What is new is what we talk about on this show. And what is new is let's go look at the Swole murder bird, Bennu. So are you capable of um guard on full autoing him reliably, or do you lose characters and it's pretty unreliable, DJ?
I have a character named Vane in the back, and even then, the front will die at some point.
But is it reliable, or do you think it's actually kind of
Oh,
unstable?
it's reliable because I haven't had to actually do anything with it.
Okay, because it did seem pretty scary. Are you a Zeph player or are you a Magna player?
Magna. So
Okay,
I actually have 3 of the staffs.
okay, yeah, I only
I'm
have
also
two.
using the not I'm not using the Opus. I'm using the Draconic as
Right.
well.
Yeah, I should probably switch. Well, I'm not as interested in full auto soloing these things. I tend to enjoy playing the Ennead fights manually. It's like I full auto almost everything else in Granblue Fantasy. Let's play this one manual until I don't need to.
I don't have enough time in a day.
I mean, that's fair. So the thing is, though, the reason that we've called him the Swole Murder Bird is because this is actually the hardest hitting Ennead fight yet. Like, Osiris, you were in danger of getting attritioned out because you would just turn into a zombie. She would like throw all these debuffs on you, and if you weren't prepared for that, then you would just get attritioned out. Horus could do significant big damage to individual characters, but otherwise Horus, like, we basically ran over Horus. Bennu will take your main character or your some character and hit them in the face until they fall over. Like, Bennu really doesn't like you. Like, I was watching one of my attempts at full auto, and my main character was a relic buster with 5 stacks with mirror image, um, and one of the attacks, it was the triple attack with chaser. Just it was still enough to bash through every single one of those and beat my main character from 100% to 0, and I have 40,000 health. And I'm like, okay,
To be
okay,
fair,
Murder
you're using
Bird.
Relic Buster. Relic Buster has lower defense.
Uh, I still had like tack shield and things like that on, so it was still enough to just blow through all of these layers of defense in order to get to the squishy Relic Buster center. Like, all right, buddy, you got this round.
You
We'll
get
try
triple
again
attack,
later.
attack up, or chaser, yeah.
Yeah, and then one of his triggers, one of the omens, if you don't break it, says this can literally not take damage for 2 turns, so good luck, and also gets sharp attack up. You're like, oh, oh god.
It's actually technically 3 turns because if you have things that activate at the end of that turn, they will do 0 damage.
Oh boy, it's a it's a rough life, and I'm enjoying it because it just, like I said, it means that I have to pay attention. Um, you don't have to pay attention. Like there are certain things with defense up. Like I'm sure that I could find a way to with the paladin class full out of this thing, but I am enjoying the feeling of actually being in danger. It's not stressful. It's just funny, especially since it's a 30-person raid. So anyway, so that's the fight. Which do you want to talk about first? The um, new thing that you do with the weapons, or the new weapons specifically for Earth?
Let's go with new weapons first.
All right, so let's go talk about this dagger. That I'm not even gonna claim to think that I can say that. In Japanese, it's tasenen, so that's what I'm gonna go with. All right, so it's a dagger, and stop me if you've heard this before, but on CA it gives all of your allies multi attack.
Only for 1 turn afterwards.
Okay, so that's not so good.
Yeah, you also get 10% chaser for
Oh,
1 turn
4-star?
afterwards.
That's not so bad.
It's still only 1 turn instead of like 2 or 3.
Yeah, it's not great. So it seems to be like Almond was telling us that it's probably designed for being a masquerade and getting double strike on that turn.
Oh, definitely.
All right. So here are the skills. So there's Fortitude, which Ridge's Fortitude actually already exists on a Militus weapon. So it is supplement damage based on how low your HP is. So the lower you are, the more supplemental damage that you get. Is this on Faceless too, or is it different on Faceless?
It should be same as faceless. Let me check.
It is exactly the same skill as the Faceless Fist.
Well, here's the thing. That stacks up to 100k because it's a generic supplemental damage.
Yeah, and your Earth.
And you didn't want to run 2 faceless in the first place,
right?
Because then you turn off Kaim.
Well, so there is a use case for having 2 Facelesses and kicking out Kaim. Like there are certain pieces of content, like this is going to get more and more common as more stuff comes out like this. Where you can actually afford to remove Kaim because running 2 Faceless, or maybe running 2 of these if you're doing that, is enough that the defense makes up for the loss of Kaim in the back. And then you can have other things that do the cap up and etc. for you. And you can afford to use a space in the back. Players who do Super Ultimate Bahamut actually need that back slot because they're cycling taunts. And they can't afford to have Kaim come in. They need to have, your Summer Alexials. You need to have various other characters who are taunting and keeping Super Bahamut from killing you. So this is one of those things that as more stuff comes out, then it can actually be run with as a 2 of. However, if you don't have to run a 2 of these, then don't. You can run this with the Faceless, as you were saying. Sorry, so go ahead.
The thing is providing you defense, so you can't run two of these in a defense build.
Right. And then the Surge one is also on a Militus weapon. Boosts multi-attack based on how low HP is. A lot of the low HP Earth characters already guaranteed multi-attack. So it's like what? Fiorito guaranteed multi-attacks. Threo...
That's based on grid.
Right, that's true. Threo, does she guaranteed multi-attacks on certain turns.
It's like guaranteed triple attacks.
She guaranteed triple attacks when she's in red. That's right. Which is most of the time.
And also, that's like that makes that surge not viable.
Right. So basically, the character in Earth who punches themselves in the face and doesn't guaranteed multi attack is Ire, except Ire gets like 20. Well, Ire only gets 25% triple attack up at low health. So I guess that's that's the character who this is for.
And whatever, like I said, the fortitudes are good enough.
Yeah, the fortitude's pretty good. All right, and then let's talk about the bow because the bow is the thing that people are actually really excited for. So, step one, it's a bow that isn't the Draconic bow. So you can main hand this as a Robin Hood. That's important. We'll get to these things in a second.
Unfortunately, it does not cheat your cooldowns.
I'm fine with that because Earth already cheats your cooldowns by having Lobelia and having Lobelia go off and get off his ultimate. Yeah, Cerulean16 points out that even then, Ire is getting a rebalance sometime before Earth unite and fight, and that's probably going to change when he's at low health. So anyway, um, we've got ourselves a Robin Hood weapon here, um, and it's supplement Earth allies damage based on how high your HP is. So
So that was a smaller number because it only can go up to 30k.
yes, but also doesn't require you to be at one hit point to be at 30k. So like I I am okay with the use case. Like the minimum is 10k, I think, isn't it? Even if you
For both weapons, yes.
yeah. So for fortitude, if you're at full health, you get uh 10k supplemental to everything. With persistence, if you're at full health, you get 30. But then if you go down to zero, well, one hit point, then you get
Yeah, but
60k.
if he's zero, then
Then
everything
you're dead.
is zero.
Unless you're Lena from that one fight. But anyway, that's a one-time thing. Um, so like the high is higher. It's just that the best case is fine.
I
It's
always
easier.
I always like to go into mindset that I'm probably gonna stay around 50% health if I'm actually doing a fight.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, the enmity one's better.
Mm-hmm. And so that's where this comes in. And then skill damage cap up. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
I can definitely see this thing being a replacement for my Draconic Bow in all of the stuff that I run Earth Robin Hood in. The CA is not shabby either because it's a Dispel. At 4 stars, does it stop becoming a chance? Is it a guaranteed Dispel, DJ?
effect increase to remove one buff. So yes.
Okay. So yeah, you don't have to build yourself a Sherwood bow in order to Dispel on CA with this thing either. So this thing's got to be pretty handy. I am going to have
I'm
one.
still a better fan of the Draconic Bow because it gives you 3 turns of Chaser, along with the multi-attack up.
I mean, that's true. But it depends on how much you're going in on the skill damage, right? Like, the more Sora's buttons that you press, the better that the persistence is over the chaser. So, I mean, it's a legitimate piece that you have there, though. So, I mean, it's a good option. You can't. The main thing is you can run this and your Opus at the same time. So, that might be of value to some people. But I think that this weapon's really cool. I like it. All right. So next up, let's go talk about what we can do with these Ennead weapons now. Like this has been a delayed feature, but you can now awaken the Ennead weapons, and so the original kind of complaint we had about these things, where they just didn't have an attack skill, that's gone now. You can now hit awaken, and you can raise the awakening level in one of the 3 types. So you can either get attack is 20. Hold on.
25.
25. 25% attack.
It's on the normal modifier. I've checked.
Okay. Yeah. And so that's close to. That's about what 60ish% of a Bahamut weapon, because a Bahamut is like 30 something.
Like 37 plus whatever your characters are.
Yeah, so that's not shabby. If you go into defense mode, it's 10% defense, which is a nice little passive, along with
25% health.
25% health, which is also comparable to a Bahamut weapon. Or you can go into special, which gives you a bunch of like little tiny stat boosts that don't actually matter, and then you get 5% to your CA damage cap, and you get
30%
3% to
damage
your
cap
damage
up.
cap. And so the customizability makes things like the Big A and Edfu way better than they used to be, because the Big A and Edfu actually started seeing use in cases where you're CAing a lot and you're taking hits. So it
Oh
has.
yeah, I already swapped that out from my Vedial spines because of the fact that I'm taking hits.
hmm And so you can use Big A and Edfu, and now you can actually not just supplement your CA damage, not just have enmity, but you can also give it cap up. So you know what? I'll just do that right now.
I
Uh,
put defense on that.
you put
I
defense
need to
on it?
live.
Okay. Maybe I will too. But
You know,
let's.
if you want to be optimal, you run two.
You can make two of them, or yeah. So I'll just make mine special. And do I have 150 anima lying around? I don't. I have 146. Mistaku.
Good job.
It's okay. I will drop
Yeah,
100.
I only have 50 available on this because I also made the dagger as well.
hmm Yeah. And so it's 150 anima, so that's going to encourage people to go back into these fights and farm anima. It is actually kind of an annoyance to me that these fights drop so many different kinds of anima. I keep seeing like Odin anima and like a bunch of other anima and staring at it going, I just wanted Horus anima. Please. Please. And so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and raise this Horiasis up.
I'm waiting for like the wind fight to come out so I can get, those host crystals.
That's fair.
I'm at 0 right now
hmm
because I run that thing every day.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, you being more diligent about that is why you have three Grimnir staves and I only have two.
I'll let you know one of these is a 2-star Grimnir staff.
I see. All right, so next up, um, like, yeah, I've put attack on here. Like, I've got the
I do like
CA
how
grid
the
stuff
the
here.
icons are distinct enough that you can tell the difference just by looking at it.
hmm Yeah, because I have like the Horus Katana at level 15 special because this is going to be for CA grids. Let's up my CA cap. Let's up my damage cap. Like, this is totally fine. I may make more than two Haraktes at some point in order to just have the customizability. I probably won't,
I'm making
but
my second of the katanas as a defense one because
mhm,
I only need one
right.
at any point, and either I need it to live or I need it to do more damage
hmm Yeah, so
while doing damage.
the customizability is cool, and I never had a problem with these fights because they're big playgrounds where you get to see like 15 million damage being done and stuff like that. So it's like, all right, you know what? I'll go back into Horus. I'll go back into Osiris. I'll continue getting my ass beaten by Bennu. So anyway, yeah, I do enjoy what they did here. I just wish that we would have better drop rates on anima. On the plus side, we do have the ability to have Omega anima drop, and it basically counts as having 10 anima drop. So that's a thing.
There's that. Yeah. I
All
mean, we
right.
used to complain that we got more of the weapons than we got anima in the first place.
Mhm. All right. Let's see here. Next up, we have the. Actually, that's kind of all that I had on the agenda. Do you have anything that I forgot?
There's gonna be a new event coming out in 3 hours from now.
Yeah, in 3 hours we have Freedom's Dirge. This is a sequel to is it Gripping Freedom or Grasping Freedom? I always get that wrong.
I think it's gripping. I forget.
Okay.
That event was a billion years ago,
It
and
was
it
a
was a
billion.
society event.
It was when we introduced Eustace and Beatrix, and this time we're gonna see much more of the Harvin side of this. Like this gang of like Mad Max themed Harvins has popped up multiple times as like antagonists, And
Like we saw
so
them during one of the summer events.
yeah, that was Poacher's Day. When they were
But
hunting sea urchins, and they had a freaking dog-powered boat.
yeah, that thing was funny. Balaruga didn't get much love. So we actually get more for them.
Yeah, more for Belerga. I am interested in seeing what they do with these two idiots because they have spent much more time in the gag comics than they have spent in the game.
To be fair, there's a lot of characters that have spent more time in the gag comics than they have in the game.
That is fair. They do put out a whole lot of gag comics, but it is especially noticeable for Belerga because Belerga gets a decent amount of Granblue's comic like content and has had nothing besides like seasonal lines since they released.
And
They
even then, you only get 5 years of seasonal lines.
yeah. Um but yeah, I'm excited for Poacher's Day. It is like a whole lot. It's not really a society event. Like it has society characters, but it also has like a bunch of the knights and like peacekeepers. So it's probably going to be like trying to track down all this gang activity. So yeah, uh, I'm interested in this.
When does
So
the gacha roll over again?
when does the gacha roll over? At 8 p.m. tomorrow. So it is in 22 and a half hours.
And so save your rolls then, folks.
Yeah, save the 10 rolls tomorrow. But the other thing that I would bring to your attention is that we now have 3 hints at what's going to be coming in that 22 and a half hour rollover for the premium gala that bridges April and May. So we have the 3 major hints that we get. So we have Sophia as the guest on the TV show, and she
Mm-hmm.
was in Granblue's right here 4 strips ago. This character has not gotten content since her SR, which was a pretty long time ago. Like she showed up in the very first Dragon Knights event, and then her SR came out in 2017. It has been 5 years.
It's been a while, yeah.
So that's one option. Another option is since we have Freedom's Dirge coming up, some combination of Skull, Belerga, or Skull and Belerga,
Or Mystery Man.
or Mystery Harvin over there. Also, everybody has been commenting in the Granblue replies. It's like it's Kazuma Kiryu but half size.
I mean, tomorrow is Friday nights.
Finally, Friday night. Uh, but yeah, there's that. And then the last hint that we get is that sometime between now and June, then there is going to be a flood of Earth content because they will start giving us Earth characters and summons in order to bulk up for the next cycle of Unite and Fights, and in end of June we're getting Water Unite and Fight, so Earth is going to be the next focus. So with those 3 hints, or at least patterns going through, what do you expect is going to happen over the next over the next day, and then what about the next couple months?
Uh, More Earth characters, yeah.
Do
And
you
find out if they actually replace the top end.
do you
They're
expect
getting better.
Galleon?
They're getting better at that for like everybody else. And yes,
You do expect Galleon.
I hope it's later so I can get my rolls up because I don't have rolls right now because someone made Vera.
I see. That sounds rough. So you do expect Galleon sometime, but what's the pattern again? Is Fedial Flash Gala or is Fedial Premium
Pretty sure they're
Gala?
Flash, but let me check.
Okay, so Willness is premium.
I guess they're premium then.
Yeah. So either tomorrow or at the end of May, then you expect Galleon.
They could just make Galleon not premium. Just like we are.
just to
Anyways.
mess with us. um, or yeah, like there's Skull's original unit is Earth, so they could bring Skull back as an Earth character for his SSR promotion. They could just come straight out of left field. They can give us another Sophia because I don't know.
Balaruga is also Earth character.
That's true.
Earth R.
Maybe they're both Earth as a single unit. They've had twin Tatos before. We could do it again. Now I'm just thinking about the freaking Granblue's gag where it's the Harvin tank. Do you remember that one?
It's been a while.
Oh, it's the stuff of nightmares in some ways. Let's go find characters. Let's go find Milior. There's just a gag where they can get in Melissa Bell's hair and become a tank and just like caterpillar along. Let's
I
see
remember
where
this now. Yeah.
yeah. And I'll is it this one? And I'll form the tail. Oh, there it is. The Harvin centipede. Oh god. Just looking at it again just distresses me. All right. You know what? This episode's over, DJ.
Things that also to note is that the Kakizuki check is actually this weekend.
Oh shoot. Is it Hold on. I need to make sure.
It's like 28 hours from now, Dom.
28 hours from now? All right. Well, I will do what I can. All right.
Where are you going to be?
I will be babysitting my niece until around 10 p.m.
Don't worry, it starts at 2 a.m.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're good then. We're good. We're good. All right. So yeah, we have the Kakuzuke check, which is going to be their variety show. We also have coming up. By the time we hit next week, we are going to know what we're going to know what the premium gala characters are. We're going to have Choreogra. Because we have finished a full cycle of Unite and Fight, people are expecting some sort of small but significant shakeup to Unite and Fight for the next cycle.
More dinosaurs.
Oh, I would love more dinosaurs. But yeah. So, we'll see. We'll see. There's a lot to do. We'll see you then. Thanks for joining us. Try not to get punched in the face by owls on your way home, everybody.
He's so big.
He's so big. Oh my god. He punches so hard. He just wants to beat me just right around the head and shoulders. It's like, oh boy. That's a nice parrot and and muscle right
arm.
there.
Yeah. I just like how it looks on your stream.
It's so good. Creature that told Earth's Galleon to hold my beer in terms of how much damage it deals. Yeah, because Galleon lets you block Swole Murderbird. If you're not like set up to block, you will die through blocking.
Heck, you'll die before you get a block.
Oh boy, yeah. There's a bunch of times where I full auto and then I look back and it's like, wait, it's only been 2 turns. How did I die?
Yeah, I currently have my team set up as Tiamat and what's her name? The circus girl.
Carmelina.
Carmelina, there you go.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was actually suggesting Carmelina people. The thing is that I don't like bringing gravity to the Ennead fights because it means that you break less omens. But you know what? Sometimes it means you live. So you know.
Yeah, I kind of like living.
Yeah. All right.
Also, stop looking
Brad,
halfway,
Mr.
halfway, by the way.
100,000 HP. I don't want to hear it from you. Some of us plebs have to toil away. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for joining us.
Later. We'll see if Kmart knows how to tell the difference between Uni and not.
We'll also see him on the Final Fantasy XI thing in a week or so. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, later, guys.